2 down, 14 to go. Odd panels are the long panels, and the evens are the short panels.
Okay.
I'd like to put long panels, or short panels, in front of the garage. So we did last time.
Okay.
Well, we didn't, but we were supposed to.
That's the idea.
Because there's more room, or less room over
right.
there. So, on the odd panels, we need to make sure that they get turned the correct direction. Like when they get stood up. Unlike last time where we struggled to get them in the right direction.
Okay.
So the odd panels are long. So it's real simple. If it's an odd panel, it's a long panel.
Okay.
So all of these are short panels, so we should be able to put them all in front of the garage.
Slept on it for a couple of days and that job still sucks. We've said this before, but building a house is more often than not working on the house, but completing all the other tasks that make building the house possible. Material acquisition, figuring out which materials to get, figuring out how to work with those materials, figuring out how to organize those materials in a way that's easy to work with so we don't end up doing double work. Figuring out how to maximize our work days and coordinating with the schedules of others that may be involved. Staying on top of other chores around the property that tend to pile up around our ears during long work stretches. There's always seemingly a million things to do that don't directly involve working on the house, but they have to be done in order for the house to continue being built. In a way, this is the challenging part of home building to us. Day to day, there's very little progress on the house, and it can really start to wear on your mind if you fail to keep things in perspective. But at the end of the day, if you continue putting one foot in front of the other and work through your checklist of things that need to happen, your home will slowly but surely transform before your eyes. It couldn't be more true that Rome was not built in a day. I think so. I don't know. Are you done?
Yeah, I think we're done moving stuff. Does that mean it's time for pizza?
Or something for dinner. Unfortunately, we have leftovers.
Pizza.
And unfortunately, we don't like food to go to waste,
Pizza.
so...
Pizza. pizza. Okay, I'll park this tool and then we'll have pizza.
Okie doke. Can you guys see how much rain we got last night? Look at that. So we told the crane operator that we were gonna kind of play it by ear about tomorrow, Friday, as far as needing him to help us put the second half of the roof on. And while it's conceivable that Jesse and I could start prepping the panels tonight and work well into the night and get up really early and prep until he comes, maybe about 1 o'clock, it's a really big push. And there's really no reason to get the roof on tomorrow. Would it be nice? Sure. But we also feel that over the weekend we can prep as well as tomorrow, and we could work at a slightly slower pace and have a little bit more fun, and then we could have the crane guy come on Monday. We have some friends coming into town for the weekend. They want to give us a hand, so we figured that we could use their help to prep the panels. Not only that, I really don't think it's going to take that long, but we also need to finish plumbing the north and the south wall of the house. We haven't done that yet. Shouldn't be too complicated. We also want to play around with foaming inside the panels. Remember all those holes we drilled and all the pink spray paint you can see? We need to put foam in there to really seal things up. So I think that's something that we can play with as well. We also have all of our plywood on hand, so if we want, we can install some purlins, or we can install the furring strips and put the plywood for our cold roof on starting, well, I guess that's after we do all the foaming. We have to do that first. So long story short, there's lots to do this weekend, and we're gonna just take a chill pill and not work so dang hard because we've been at this insane pace for I don't even know how long. We're not talking about taking a day off. We're simply talking about slowing down and maybe working 10-hour days instead of 15-hour days. Soon, my house, soon. You are a marathon house, not a sprint. I think not pushing tonight will also give us a chance to just kind of look around the property. It's just been a total tornado of chaos the past few weeks. Just little things like our wood miser needing tarped. We really don't want that getting just rained on night after night. Our four-wheeler is untarped. And we have a lot of trash, such as all that foam over there, that needs to go to the dump. All of our trash cans are full. Just lots and lots of things on the to-do list to catch up on.
Yeah, managed to kill another battery. So maybe it's the president.
That was a family text because both of our phones went off at the same time.
True.
Or it was a friend group text.
Well, I think what happened is the president was texting you and he just included me in there. Yeah, we've learned a few things today with hot knifing, which we learned on that panel. Same thing. I'm actually realizing, I think what they did was they mislabeled that panel.
Oh, so they flip-flopped them.
Yeah, because...
Gotcha.
So we were going through, and in order to get these panels in the right orientation for doing what we're doing and getting the timber or the lumber inlet on the right side, kind of have to think about how it goes up on the roof. So we're looking a lot at the plans and kind of figuring that out. And I think what happened on that panel, the one that's on the roof, is they had the inlet on the wrong side.
Right.
But I'm realizing now, actually I'm 100% sure,
the panels were just flip-flopped.
that they wrote the wrong number on the wrong panel.
That makes sense, but...
So we caught it this time. We caught it this time. And what we're gonna end up doing is just putting the shiny side up on the OSB. So normally the rough side of the OSB is the top. It doesn't have to be, it doesn't really matter. And then I also realized from having worked through those panels that we didn't need as much room between panels as we had before. So we had pretty much this whole area monopolized. You couldn't hardly even move. But I think we've got it good now. We've got 6 shorties over there, 6 long ones here, and the 2 tiny panels there, and then the gable panels are still over where they were before. But maybe once the crane is in here, there's really not much prep to do on them. And we have to cut the sheetrock anyway. So we might as well put the sheetrock on over there and then we can put splines on and we'll bring them over here when their crane's good and ready. We learned a lot from prepping that first set of roof panels, kind of how much room we needed. This feels way better. Like, we've had to back our vehicles out of here every single day. There's no room. There's hardly any room for the crane. I think this is going to be a good setup. And it'll be nice to just work at a slower pace.
Yeah.
Something that
relatively.
Yes, it's deceptive because there's so many little tasks that go into getting these panels ready. As little as putting the washer on the lag screw.
That's a big step.
Screw. It takes a while because every one of these panels has, let's see, there's 42 screws in the long one and 35 in the little one.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like 2,000 or whatever. I don't even know how many it is. It's like
big math.
lots of numbers. I can't remember
Third
right
grade
now.
math,
It's too
can't
many.
do it.
Too many. Just let's do 19. What else? There was something that just came to my mind that we learned from those panels. Yeah, so there's a lot. Oh, they already did the splines though. But we learned a little trick that if we bevel the splines, they just don't resist when they're going in. It seems to work. Like, I think that was a huge lifesaver yesterday, right? So we were doing that first with the belt sander, really slow. Then I decided to take out the Makita circular saw, and that went faster, but I know what's even better. Table saw. We'll set the table saw to 45 and we'll just fly through, and that'll be a lot quicker. But all that stuff has to happen before we can even start prepping.
Although it looks like some screws are prepped, but probably not all the screws.
Yeah, a few, but we've got at least another bucket or so. And then on top of that, we actually still have a few lingering punch list stuff from the wall sips that are not done.
I already shared that stuff.
Yeah, so
Some
we've
of
got to
it.
get that done. Yeah, and pizza.